Last class we discussed about the scheduling reservation protocol, condensed based reservation protocol. In that we discussed about the five-phase reservation protocol and also uh, MAC protocols, which is considered as a scheduling protocols, reservation protocol. And today I want to discuss about the condensed start type of the MAC protocol, which is considered as a condensed based scheduling mechanism, condensed based scheduling mechanism. So in this part, so far we discussed the scheduling at the nodes and transmits the scheduling of the nodes according to that particular schedule. So here the decisions made to consider various factors, relay targets of the packet, laxity of the packet, and traffic load at nodes and remaining battery power. Remaining battery power. So these are the representations based on these reasons. The scheduling will be considered here. These reasons we can scheduling mechanisms will be considered here. So some of the scheduling mechanisms based on the MAC protocol. First one is DPS, distributed parity scheduling. Distributed parity scheduling is the first scheduling mechanism for the MAC protocols. So it is based on the IEEE 802.11 distributed coordination function. So this is depends on the DCF. DCF may depend on the distributed coordination function. So in the distributed parity scheduling, this depends on the handshake mechanism. So here exchange mechanism RTS, CTS data and acknowledgement will be takes place. Based on that only the distributed parity scheduling mechanism will be takes place. And the RTS packet transmitted by the receiver node carries the parity tag and parity index for the current data packet to be transmitted. So whenever you are it is also be supported the handshake mechanism of the RTS, CTS data acknowledgement packet exchange mechanism. But here, what will the difference means? Here, whenever you transmit the packet from sender to the receiver, they will be transmitted the first RTS control packet. So whenever you are sending the RTS packet, along with that, they will have the parity tag, which is a parity index of that particular current data packet. So based on the parity tag, can be delay target for the data packets will be considered here. On receiving RTS packet, instead of receiving node response with the CTS, the receiver node copies the parity tag from the receiver RTS packet and piggybacks it along with the source node ID on the CTS packet. Okay, on the RTS నుంచి ఏమో parity tag అనేది involve అవుతుంది. So whenever you are transmitting from the receiver to the sender, they will be transmit the CTS, clear to send. Whenever receiver receives the RTS, immediately they will be send the CTS. Along with that, they will be send the destination ID. So source ID will be along with the RTS, it will be piggyback to the source ID. Okay, that is the information that will be obtained. So immediately the neighboring node receives the RTS and CTS, receives the piggyback parity tag information and making the corresponding entry for the packet to be transmitted, and scheduled tables will be updated. Scheduling tables will be updated. It will be avoids the hidden terminal and explosive terminal problems in the whenever you are updating the scheduling tables. Okay. Each node maintains the scheduling table holding information about the packet which were originally piggybacked on the control and data packets. Okay, every node they will be updates the information about the control node and updating packet of the current data transmission information. Okay, so whenever you are entering the scheduling table on order according to the parity tag value. Parity tag అంటే మనకి ఏదైతే ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఇది సెకండ్ parity tag ఏదైతే రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఉంటుందో parity మీద బేస్ చేసుకొని they will be updates the table according to that particular tag values. Okay, so when the source code transmits the data packet, it head on the line packet transmission is piggybacked on the data packet, and it will be considered here. Okay, so the packet అనేది transmit in next by the node అనే consideration అనేది ఇక్కడ తీసుకుంటాం. So whenever the packet data will be received across the receiver, then immediately acknowledgement packet will be sent to the response of the data packet. So neighboring node receives the data and acknowledgement packet, retains the piggybacked information, update their scheduling table accordingly. Okay, ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి data receive అయిందో automatically they will be send the acknowledgement to the sender. Okay, data will be received, and so the data, that information also be updated to the each and every node in that particular network. So what is the advantage means they will be reschedule the another communication link between the neighboring nodes whenever it will be completed. So you can see some destination, how it will be transmitted and how it will be represented head of the line packet to the node 1 to node 2, how it will be sent. So here you can see the source 1 and source 2, and here this is the node 4, which is a neighboring node. Navigation vector will be considered here, and maybe, and here whenever you want to transmit the source node to destination, source node transmits the RTS with some parity tag. Parity tag will be assigned here. That information will be given to the RTS, and receiver node, destination node will be receives the RTS, and immediately they will be sends the CTS node, and with includes the source ID. It includes the source ID. That information also be updated across that particular every node of the table. So the source, destination, parity index table దగ్గర చూడండి, ప్రతి ఒక్క టేబుల్ లో సోర్స్, డెస్టినేషన్, parity index అనేది రాస్తుంది. So this node will be related to the A, and this node will be related to the B. So this node will be related to the C and D. So different nodes అనేది they will be assigned. And so whenever the receiver node sends to the CTS to the source node, then source node receives the CTS packet. Immediately they will be transmits the data packet. Immediately they will be transmit the data packet. So data packet and transmit చేసిన తర్వాత మనకి piggybacked parity information అనేది along with the data packet it will be considered. Along with the data packet it will be considered. So acknowledgement, whenever the along with the data they will be transmits the some piggybacked information, and that will be received across the receiver, and again from the receiver they will be transmits the acknowledgement. Okay, data will be received, that will be given to the source. That will be functioned by the piggybacked distribution of the equation. So this is the some equation that will be related to the piggybacked. This is about the distributed parity scheduling mechanism, DPS. Distributed parity scheduling mechanism for the MAC protocol. Okay, and DPS అంటాం shortcut అది కంపల్సరీగా మీకు shortcuts కూడా నేర్చుకోవాలి. Okay, you will be know about the shortcut also. So coming to the distributed wireless ordering protocol. So second type of the scheduling protocol, which is considered as the distributed wireless ordering protocol. So coming to the distributed ordering protocol, it consists of the medium axis issue along with the scheduling mechanism. So మనకన్నీ తెలిసిందే, మీడియం యాక్సెస్ కంట్రోల్ అనేది ఇక్కడ స్ట్రీమ్స్ అనేది తీసుకుంటాం along with the scheduling mechanism. It is based on the DPS. It is also based on the DPS proposal only. So here distributed wireless ordering protocol ensures that packet access the medium according to the order of the specified by ideal reference scheduler, such as first in first out. So virtual clock or earlier deadline first. So here you want to transmit the packet. So here parity is considered as a first in first out. First who will be transmits the packet, then they will be give the importance to the for the scheduling mechanism. So మనకి first in first out reference scheduling కింద consideration అనేది తీసుకుంటాం. So the whole operation is similar to the DPS. Here control packets are used for the here also used the distributed wireless ordering protocol to piggyback parity information regarding to the head of the line of the node. So targeted is first in first out schedule will be transmits the packet, order of the arrival time. Each node builds up the scheduling table ordering according to the overhead arrival times. Okay, మనకి ఇక్కడ difference between the DPS and difference between the DWOP కి వచ్చేసరికి ఏంటంటే ఓకే DPS లోనే నార్మల్ గా షెడ్యూలింగ్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు హ్యాండ్ షేక్ మెకానిజం బేస్ చేసుకొని దే విల్ బి షెడ్యూల్డ్ అండ్ వేర్ ఎవర్ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ యూ వాంట్ టు ప్యారిటీ బేస్డ్ ఇండెక్స్ ట్యాగ్ మీద బేస్ చేసుకొని షెడ్యూలింగ్ అనేది తీసుకుంటాం. ఇక్కడ కూడా సేమ్ ఆపరేషన్ బట్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్యారిటీ మీన్స్ ఫస్ట్ ఇన్ ఫస్ట్ అవుట్ షెడ్యూలింగ్ మెకానిజం టార్గెట్ విల్ బి అప్డేటెడ్ హియర్. That is the first in first out application of will be considered here. So you can see this your participation mechanism. So information asynchronity and collision chances అనేది received collision అనేది జరగడానికి chances అనేది తీసుకుంటాం. ఫస్ట్ ఇన్ ఫస్ట్ అవుట్ కి ఈ డయాగ్రామ్ రిప్రజెంటేషన్స్ అనేది తీసుకుంటాం. ఓకేనా? సో you can see in the within the network 1, 2 and 3, 4 how it will be function. Across the A will be the one of the representation and B is the another ongoing process across the neighboring nodes, nodes. So whenever detects the first in first out schedule violation, since the information sent only the first in first out violation in the detected, the actual transmission may not strictly follow the first in first out. So approximately first in first out scheduling అనేది follow అవుతుంది. So this is the information about the distributed wireless on demanding ordering protocol. Okay, next వచ్చేసరికి distributed laxity based parity scheduling scheme. Distributed laxity based parity scheduling scheme. So it is totally different from the another two. So here packet scheduling scheme will be takes place where the scheduling decision are made taking into the consideration the state of the neighboring nodes and feedback from destination node regarding to the packet losses. Because scheduling దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది, షెడ్యూలింగ్ అనేది దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుందంటే సో కన్సిడరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది స్టేట్ ఆఫ్ ది నైబరింగ్ నోడ్స్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఆఫ్ ది డెస్టినేషన్ నోడ్ రిగార్డింగ్ ద ప్యాకెట్ లాసెస్. ఎక్కువ ప్యాకెట్ లాసెస్ అనేది కన్సిడరేషన్ తీసుకునేటప్పుడు ఆ రూటింగ్ అనేది యూజ్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, సో ప్యాకెట్స్ ఆర్ రికార్డెడ్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ది uniform laxity budget. Packets are based on the uniform laxity budget ULB. The packet delivery ratio of the flow to which they belong, that will be considered here. Each node maintains the two tables, scheduling table and another is the packet delivery ratio table. So packet delivery ratio table అనేది ఇక్కడ కొత్తగా యాడ్ అవుతుంది. So scheduling table contains the information about the packet to be transmitted by the node and packets overhead by the node, slotted according to the parity index value. So మనకు ఆల్రెడీ షెడ్యూలింగ్ టేబుల్ అనేది మనకు తెలుసు, parity index మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది. అలానే ప్యాకెట్ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసినా లేకపోతే ప్యాకెట్ రిసీవ్ చేసుకున్నా లేకపోతే మనకి ఓవర్ హెడ్ ప్యాకెట్స్ అనే ఓవర్ హెడ్ బై ద నోడ్ అనే కన్సిడరేషన్ తీసుకున్నా, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద చేంజెస్ they will be updated the scheduling table. And parity index express the parity of the packet, and the lower the parity index, the higher the parity index will be takes place here. So the parity delivery ratio packet PDP contains the count of the packets transmitted and count of the acknowledgements that will be received by the every flow passing through the node. So packet ratio అనేది ఎలా తీసుకుంటామంటే packet delivery ratio అనేది PD T అనేది. So they will be taken by the ratio of the how many packets you will be transmitted and how many acknowledgements that will be received across that particular node అనేది కన్సిడరేషన్ తీసుకుంటాం. So this information used to calculate the correct packet delivery ratio of the flow. So here the node track of the packet delivery ratio of all the flow of the awareness of the feedback mechanism. So ఎలా కన్సిడరేషన్ తీసుకున్నామంటే ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ మెకానిజం బేస్ చేసుకొని విల్ బి ఫంక్షన్ హియర్. So overall function of the feedback mechanism, incoming packets to the node queries in the nodes input query according to their arrival time. So time ni base cheskoni they will be wait some time and they will be transmit the parity. Highest parity packets for the query is selected the transmission. The node after the transmitting the packet updates the count of the packet transmitted so far PDRA. So highest parity ఏదైతే కన్సిడరేషన్ తీసుకుంటామో అది వెయిటింగ్ అనేది సెలెక్టెడ్ బై ద ట్రాన్స్మిషన్. మనం ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసే ఎక్విప్మెంట్ అనేది హైయెస్ట్ ప్యారిటీ ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో దాన్ని ఫస్ట్ సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తాం. సో దట్ విల్ బి ట్రాన్స్మిటెడ్ అండ్ అప్డేటెడ్ ద కౌంట్ ఆఫ్ ది ప్యాకెట్ దట్ విల్ బి ట్రాన్స్మిటెడ్ అక్రాస్ ది పీడిటి. పీడిటి ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఆ టేబుల్ అనేది అప్డేట్ చేస్తుంది ఏదైతే కౌంట్ అని మనం చేస్తున్నాం. సో డెస్టినేషన్ నోడ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫ్లో ఆన్ రిసీవింగ్ ద డేటా ప్యాకెట్ ఇనిషియేటెడ్ ద ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ by means of the count of the data packet received or conveyed, and the source through acknowledgement packet transfers the reverse path. So through source to acknowledgement packet that will be transmitted the reverse path. So two pieces of the information together donated by the SI, you can see in the diagram, and receives the feedback information handle and in parallel. So మనకి ఏదైతే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది మనకి ఫామ్ అవుతుందో similarly feedback information also be parallel to that particular representation. So then SI minus 1 ka consideration తీసుకుంటాం. So here it is the diagram feedback mechanism that will be supported for the this type of protocol. Here flow 1, flow 2, flow 2 data transmission. Here input query. Here input query which will be depends on the parity highest index ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో ఆ ట్రాన్స్మిటర్ అనేది ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తుంది. సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ విల్ బి టేక్స్ ప్లేస్ అండ్ డేటా ప్యాకెట్ విల్ బి ట్రాన్స్మిటెడ్. From there it will be feedback circuit will be used. Here feedback circuit SI, which is the feedback circuit that will be parallelly whenever transmitting parallelly it will be used. So to count the acknowledgement and to count the how many packets that will be transmitted. For that they will be updated the feedback they will be updated the packet transmission ratio. Packet transmission ratio అనేది మనం ఇక్కడ యూస్ చేసుకుంటాం ఈ క్వెరీ అనేది. ఓకేనా? సో from this it will be another topic which is considered as a other type of protocols. So MAC protocol that will be used for the directional antennas. So MAC protocols అనేది MAC directional antennas లో is totally different from the classification other type of protocols అని చెప్పా కదా, దాంట్లో యూజ్ చేస్తాం ఇది. So MAC protocols are used for the directional antenna for transmission of the several advantages over the omnidirectional antennas. Omnidirectional తో కంపేర్ చేసినప్పుడు డైరెక్షనల్ యాంటెన్నాస్ అనేది యూజ్ చేసుకుంటే we have a lot of advantages. So which includes the reduces the signal interference, increases the signal output, so improves the channel reuse and leads to the increase in the overall capacity of the channel. సో మనకి ఎప్పుడైతే ఓమ్ని డైరెక్షనల్ యాంటెనాస్ యూజ్ చేయకుండా డైరెక్షనాలిటీ యాంటెనాస్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తే దెన్ we will be improves the performance of the system due to the reduction of the interference, and also we can improve the capacity of the bandwidth of the channel. So that is the advantage here. So first one you can see MAC protocol using directional antennas. MAC protocols using directional antennas. So MAC protocols యూజ్ చేసుకొని డైరెక్షనల్ యాంటెనాస్ అనేది ఏ విధంగా మనం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం అనేది ఇక్కడ చెప్తున్నాం. ఓకే, సో ఇన్ దట్ MAC protocol for mobile ad hoc network using the directional antennas that are proposed by using the directional antenna to improve the output, okay, to improve the performance of the ad hoc wireless network. So particularly ఎక్కడ ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే mobile ad hoc networks లో ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, mobile nodes do not have any location information by means which the direction of the receiver and sender node could be determined. So mobile nodes అనేది ఏవైతే ఉంటాయో they doesn't know about the sender direction or receiver direction, just they will be based on that particular reason the protocol must make use of the RTS and CTS exchange mechanism. So we can use the similar representation of the MACA. The nodes are directional antenna for transmitting the data packet. They will be reduces the interference. So it leads to the increases the output of the system. Each node only the radio transceiver which can transmit receives only one packet at a time. Then transceiver is equivalent to the M directional antennas. So ఇక్కడ మనకు వచ్చేసరికి ఏంటంటే each node only we have assumed that only one transceiver will be used. So we already know the transceiver, they will be transmits and receives at a time. There is a possibility will be takes place. So only once they will be transmitted and once it will be receives the data. So for the reason we will be considered that M directional antennas will be equipped by the transceiver. So each antenna has a conical directional conical radiation pattern spanning an angle of radius, So M directional antennas అనేది consideration తీసుకుంటున్నాం. That will be also be considered as a conical radiation pattern will be obtained. So the transmission by adjacent antennas never overlap. So that will be completes the attenuation of the signal, transmitted signal occurs outside the conical pattern of the directional antenna. So ఎక్కడ మనకి overcoming అనేది ఇక్కడ రాదు. So we can easily the performance of the system will be improved here. So power consumption also be improved here. So you can see M equal to 6 node with 6 antennas. The node which will be transmitted based on the radiation pattern, based on the signal transmission. So like this, node will be divided into the directional antennas will be used here. Okay, and you can see how RTS and CTS packets will be takes place. For example, they will be given. Simply explain the example of the particular directional antenna. So this is the node wants to transmit the RTS signal, then it will be distributed the all the directional, but the destination node, whenever it receives the RTS signal, they will be transmit the CTS to the all the directions of that particular node. Whenever the CTS will be received across the node, source node, then immediately source node identifies the particular sector and they will be transmits the data. Then they will be transmits the data. So here only since the node transmits packet only through the directional antenna. So in that particular direction, it will be utilized. So it is advantage of that particular interference of the node will not be involved in this process. So that will be increases the overall throughput of the system. ఏదైతే ఇక్కడ పారా ఇచ్చారో ఇక్కడ మనకి ఇచ్చిన పారా అంతా అదే ఆర్టీఎస్ సిటిఎస్ మెకానిజం అనేది ఏ విధంగా ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తాం అనేది ఇక్కడ ఈ డయాగ్రామ్ లో రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఓకేనా. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసరికి డైరెక్షనల్ యాంటీనాలోనే ఇంకో టైప్ ఆఫ్ యాంటీనాస్ ఇది, ఇంకో టైప్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొసీజర్. So directional digitune based MAC protocol. Directional digitune based MAC protocol. So name itself tell that you are based on the digitune based MAC protocol will be used here. So directional digitune MAC protocol adopts the dual digitune multiple access protocol for use of the directional antenna. So for use with directional antennas, dual digitune multiple axis operation will be involved in this protocol. So use the directional antenna for the transmitting RTS and CTS, the data frames as well as the digitune. By doing so, collisions are reduced significantly and reuse the channel improves. So channel will be reused, improves, and that will be also be increasing the capacity of the channel. So ఎప్పుడైతే మనం డైరెక్షనల్ యాంటీనాస్ అనేది ఆర్టీఎస్ సిటిఎస్ మెకానిజం లో మనం బిజీ ట్యూన్ ఇండికేటర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నామో ఆటోమేటిక్లీ whenever the busy tune indicator will be significant, that will be reduces the interference of the due to the collision, and reuse the channel improves through the increasing the capacity of the channel. So each node of the directional antenna which are consists of the n antenna elements. So each node has a directional antenna which consists of the n antenna elements, each covering a fixed sector span of the 360 by n degrees. So మన antennas అనేది ఎన్ని directional antennas use చేస్తున్నాం అనేది depends on the n antenna elements. That will be depends on the spanning of the angle sector is 360 by n. So in the m is equal to 6 kabatti will be used the 60 degrees span of the particular angle sector will be takes place. So for the unicast transmission, only a single antenna element is used. For broadcasting transmission, n antenna elements transmitted simultaneously when the node is idle. So all the antenna elements need keeps sensing the channel. So ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి transmitting అనేది ideal position అంటే not transmitting the packet, just they will be sensing the channel. This node is assumed to be able to identify the antenna element on which incoming signal is received with a maximum power, on which the incoming signal is received at maximum power. Therefore, receiving exactly the antenna element collects the signal, and the ad hoc network node will be mobile most of the time. It assumes that orientation of the sector of the each antenna elements remain fixed. So the protocol uses the same busy tune indicators, BTT and BT are used for the dual busy tune. The proposed busy tunes are same. So before the transmitting RTS, the sender makes sure the busy tune receiver is not active or not active in their neighbor, okay, neighborhood. So the transmission do not interfere the packet being received by the neighboring receiver node. So sender receives the transmission of the CTS, verifies the BTT in neighborhood, and they will be transmits the expected receive to the does not collide with the ongoing transmission. So modified directional busy tune multiple operates the following operation. Okay, so this is the diagram representation of the busy tune multiplication. So here we have A, B, D on the in the sector. A wants to transmit the signal to the B. First, A will be check whether the receiver busy tune will be active or not. So if it is not active, then it will be transmits the RTS to the B. Whenever B will be transmit receives the RTS, and they will check whether the busy tune transmitter BTT will be active or across that particular neighbor or not. If it is not active, then they will be busy tune receiver will be active across that particular surrounder, and it will be transmit the CTS. Whenever the A will be receives the CTS, immediately they will be initiated the busy tune signal across that particular surrounding. So whenever you can use the directional antenna, whenever using the directional antenna, so D will be also be transmits the signal, ongoing process will be takes place by using the directional antenna. If it is not used the omnidirectional, they will wait some time after the completion of the ongoing process, then only D will be communicated. That will be takes place in the omnidirection. But whenever using the directional antenna transmission, there is a no chance of collision will be takes place. Whenever ongoing process is going on, and D will be communicated with the C with a strong signal, where it will becomes based on that signal only it will be accessed. Based on that signal only it will be accessed. This is the main functionality of the directional antennas of that particular signal. Okay, and directional MAC protocol for ad hoc wireless networks. So directional MAC protocol for ad hoc wireless network. ఇది కూడా సేమ్ మనం ఇక్కడ షెడ్యూలింగ్ మీద బేస్ చేసుకుని ఉంటుంది. సో షెడ్యూలింగ్ మీద బేస్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు టోటల్లీ డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా, దీని వచ్చేసరికి డి మ్యాక్ అంటాం. షార్ట్ కట్ వచ్చేసరికి డైరెక్షనల్ మ్యాక్ ప్రోటోకాల్ ఇది. ఓకే, we can discuss tomorrow this topic. Okay, are you understand? Today's topic ఏమైనా అర్థమైందా? షెడ్యూలింగ్ మెకానిజమ్స్ 3 ఉంటాయి. ఫ్లెక్సిటీ ఒకటి, అలానే మనకు వచ్చేసరికి డిపిఎస్ ఒకటి, డిఓ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ వైర్లెస్ డిడబ్ల్యూఓపి ఒకటి. ఈ 3 మనకి చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకేనా, మూడిట్లో ఏదైనా అడగచ్చు. అలానే మనకి అదర్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ప్రోటోకాల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అందులోకి వచ్చేసి డైరెక్షనల్ యాంటీనాస్ అనేది మెయిన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. డైరెక్షనల్ యాంటీనాస్ అనేది మనం ఇక్కడ 3 టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ డైరెక్షనల్ యాంటీనాస్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఓకేనా, దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఆపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది DMAC directional MAC protocol. So we can discuss in next class. Okay, today's class is over. Any doubts? Are you understanding?